Hey, what's up? In this video, I'm about to bring it back to the foundation, the thing where it should all start from, your schedule. We're gonna talk about building the perfect schedule. You ready? Let's go. Hey, what's up? It's Chris Martin, real estate agent, investor, and coach, and you need to watch this entire video so you can see all the key components on what it takes to build a perfect schedule. First, it's understanding how important a schedule is. A schedule should be your life. And if it's not on your schedule, it doesn't exist. You may have heard that before, and you may have also heard if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. If you want to operate on a high level, both of those things are very true. If you're just trying to casually go about your day and casually go about your life, and you might get something done, you might not get it done, then you probably don't need to have a schedule. But if you are looking to get things done, if you are someone who's on the move and you want to get the most accomplished in a day, you want to get the most accomplished in a week, in a year, then having a schedule is going to be the most important thing that you can do. That activity could be going to the gym. You're devoting a certain amount of time to do that activity. It could be an hour, it could be an hour and a half, it could be 2 hours. I'm not sure what you do with your gym schedule, what you're doing to work out, but that needs to be put into your schedule if that's something that you do. Your schedule doesn't always have to be all about working and doing all these things. It needs to be things that also give you pleasure in life, things that are fun activities that you're doing, things that get you excited. All those things are part of your schedule. So all those things need to be worked into your schedule. To take a step back, you really want to look at your whole day. What does that look like from start to finish? So from the time that you wake up to the time that you go to bed. You need to know how many hours you actually have to operate with. And from there, the time blocking begins. If you've never had a schedule in your life, start small. Build a schedule and try to follow it for a day or two or a week and see what type of things you need to adjust, because this is a schedule that you should be living by for the foreseeable future. I basically followed this schedule for a decade. And by the way, if you want a copy of this schedule, email me and I will reply with a copy of what my schedule looked like that I followed for pretty much a decade. That schedule was specific to real estate, but you can basically adopt these principles in any industry that you're in. But if you're a real estate agent, definitely email me. I'll drop my information right here on the screen, so do it now and I'll reply with that so you can use it as a template. So if it's not on your schedule, it doesn't exist. We're putting all these important things on our day-to-day into our schedule, and we need to know that it is okay to make some adjustments. We want to be able to be comfortable with the schedule that we set. So if we need to make some adjustments, and a common thing that I see is people make schedules that are too tight. They're overly aggressive. Just like going to the gym. I always compare a lot of things to going to the gym because I can relate to that. And some people just go too hard all at once. And then you don't go back to the gym because you went too hard. You want to be able to go back to the gym and live to see another day. So you want to have that be more of a marathon, not a sprint, something that you guys can pace yourselves with when you're building out your schedule. Definitely keep that in mind. One of the things that I love doing was putting some pregame stuff into the schedule, getting myself ready. I built my business mainly off of cold calling. And when you hit the phones and you're in a call session, whether that's an hour call session, 2-hour call session, you're going to experience a lot of rejection. You're gonna have to handle that stuff and make it through that session. So in order to do that, you should be pre-gaming. And what do I mean by pre-gaming? I mean getting your mind ready, whether that's positive affirmations, script practice, and role play. What objections are you gonna have to encounter? And practicing those objections, reading out loud, doing some jumping jacks, getting you pumped up and getting you in the zone. Guys, this is just like professional athletes. If you're a professional, and I take it you are if you're watching this video, we should be pre-gaming. We should be getting ourselves ready, just like an athlete prepares for a game. You don't see them just come out during tip-off and just get into the game. No, they're out there an hour, 2 hours before the game. They're taking layups, they're shooting shots. They've taken countless layups. They know how to hit a layup, but they're taking that to get their juices flowing. They're taking that layup to get them ready for the game. It's the same thing in real estate. If we're cold calling or doing anything else, I know the script that I'm gonna say. However, I'm saying it and I'm delivering it to get myself pumped up and ready to hit the phones. So put that in your schedule. That way it can be part of your day, before you get ready to hit those phones. My call sessions usually lasted about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Another thing, you need to learn to pace yourself. You want to understand what your bandwidth is. You don't want to just come out the gate, I'm going to do 3 hours of prospecting when you never picked up the phone in your life. Pick up the phone, do a half hour of prospecting, do an hour of prospecting, gradually increase it, see how you feel, because you're going to reach a threshold where you're just going to be like, man, I cannot call someone without cussing them out. And you don't want to get to that point. You want to be able to call someone and deliver the message the same exact way that you would deliver the message on the first person that you called. The last person that you call needs to have that same tonality, the same positivity, because eventually that positivity is going to diminish, and that's when you really want to cut it short. Know your threshold and know your boundaries. Guys, when building this schedule, you want to protect everything that you're time blocking, especially the money-making activities. What do I mean by money-making activities? It's the prospecting, the stuff that's actually going to return a dollar amount, right? You are actively seeking business. This is the prospecting, the lead generating part, the lead generation. What are you doing during that time frame? That needs to be protected. That means no interruptions, no phone calls, no exchanging texts, no DMs. Nothing can interrupt your time when you're prospecting. You need to let people around you know about this, and they need to respect it just as much. If you live with significant others, you need to let them in on the game. Hey, babe, I need to be prospecting during this time because this is going to help me accomplish my goals. It's going to help us accomplish our goals. If we want to buy that investment property, if we want to go on vacation during this time, can you do me a favor and allow me to do me and do what I need to do? They need to be on board with that. That way, when you're making calls, they're not asking you for stupid little things that have nothing to do with what you're actually doing. It needs to be protected. Learn how to do that. I remember at my prior office, I would throw the blinds up because I would look crazy. I'm inside doing jumping jacks, getting my pregame ready to hit the phones. People walking by the office like, what is Chris Martin up to? But I can guarantee they knew when I was on the phone that that's my time. I'm doing jumping jacks, whatever it is to get myself prepared. The juice is flowing, the script practice, me talking to myself, whatever that took, let me be me. And let me get ready to hit those phones. So we got the money-making activities, which I suggest doing early enough in the day because that's the stuff that we really don't like doing. We don't want to do prospecting. We don't want to phone calls and all this stuff but guess what? We have to do it in order to get to where we want to go. And if we don't do it early enough in the day, our mind is going to try to replace that with things that really don't matter, and it's going to be harder and harder to do that. So do it early enough in the day, that way it's out the way. Schedule your lunch, of course. Schedule your breaks into your schedule. I like to drop 2 appointment time slots later in the day. 2 appointment time slots. I would drop typically around 1 or 3. This can be different depending on what your schedule looks like, but I would drop those time slots and those would be there already in advance for me to drop appointments in that I set from my prospecting. What works better for you? I have a Wednesday at 1 or a such and such at 1. When I'm scheduling things, I schedule things just like what you would hear a dentist schedule things. Don't have that mindset of people can't meet during the day. People meet during the day. When's the last time you heard of a dentist being open at 8 o'clock at night or on the weekends? No, people go to the dentist during the week, and if someone's selling one of the most valuable assets that they have, best believe that they would make time for that as long as you are leading and steering that ship. Plus, nobody wants to meet with someone who's wide open, right? When can you meet? Well, I can meet whenever. I'm wide open. Don't be that person. Have a schedule. I can meet this day at this specific time, this specific time. So for me, 1 or 3, those are my times that I met with people because I wanted to be home by 5 o'clock. That was my schedule and what I wanted to follow. I can tell you that a lot of the times I wasn't able to fill both of those appointment time slots. And what did that mean? It basically meant that I had more time and more white space that I can fill if I didn't set appointments for those time slots. Meaning, I could fill those time slots with additional prospecting. I can go out door knocking. Anytime that I door knock, I pretty much did it in the afternoon. A time where I didn't have an appointment, I can go out there and get additional lead generation done. So guys, my schedule pretty much revolved around me prospecting. That was the heart of my schedule. Everything else just kind of fell in place, right? I didn't really have little times to do administrative work and return emails. Those find their way. I could return emails at lunch or whenever it was. It was money-making activities such as prospecting, and it was those appointment time slots that I was constantly looking to fill, and if I didn't, I was doing additional prospecting. Again, if you guys want a copy of what my schedule looked like from Monday through Friday, from top to bottom, email me and I will reply with that information so you can use that as a template to build out your schedule. If you're looking to take your business to the next level, I want to hear it. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know that you're watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.